The rebooted Tomb Raider was one of my favourite games of 2013. Having taken inspiration from the Uncharted series, we saw a much more adventurous Lara than in previous outings. In Rise of the Tomb Raider, we see Lara develop further, and this installment improves on the reboot in every way. Lara Croft is one of the most recognisable video game characters ever, and with the rebooted Tomb Raider, we got to see how she became the famous explorer. In Rise of the Tomb Raider, the story is all about Lara, and how she has matured since the events of the previous game. She is looking to finish her father's work and discover the secret of everlasting life. Gone are the shallow, secondary characters we've seen before, as this experience is all about Lara and she is a wonderfully well-rounded character. She's brave, intelligent and a role model for all. Throughout the adventure, she'll put her life on the line, be it in the name of exploring or saving others. She's also not afraid to make the tough decisions when she has to. The most endearing quality of Lara is when the combat and chaos stops and she gets to explore and observe tombs. You see an inquisitive and curious Lara and you can feel her motivations for doing everything she does. I felt a real connection with Lara, and by the end of the journey together, I had a rapport with her which I rarely get with a video game character. The story feels like an Indiana Jones movie and contains all the drama you would expect from them. You are in search of a historical artifact and an opposing organisation are intent on gathering it from themselves for selfish reasons. What follows is a rollercoaster tale of near-death experiences, over-the-top set pieces, and some emotional subtle moments. The story had me invested throughout and had me on the edge of my seat at points. Rise of the Tomb Raider is 3 times larger than its predecessor, and the size of the areas are astounding. It all looks gorgeous too. Siberia is the setting this time, and frosty mountains and snow-covered trees surround you. There are 3 hub locations which give you a respite from the drama, and you can embark on other activities. These include hunting, completing missions for locals, and, as the name states, tomb raiding. Tombs were a big highlight from the rebooted Tomb Raider, but there were too few. Thankfully, Rise of the Tomb Raider has included more and they are challenging. Visually, they are very different to the cold, harsh winter conditions of Siberia. Crystal Dynamics have used these tombs to transport you to completely different locations. You'll find yourself in jungle temples, volcanic caves, or old Soviet bunkers. Each tomb contains a puzzle of varying difficulty, but all are intuitive and creative. I never found myself stumped, and when it came close, Lara will give you a hint as to what is needed. Once you've completed the tomb, you'll be rewarded with a unique ability, and they can be very beneficial to your overall experience. When you are not exploring, chances are you'll be fighting enemies. Combat is the weakest element in Rise of the Tomb Raider in my opinion. You have a number of weapons at your disposal and all can be effective when used appropriately. As Lara is more adept than ever, she can now pick up regular items such as cans and bottles and tinker with them to create smoke bombs or Molotov cocktails. This all works well, however the issues arise when trying to use them, as enemies will constantly run towards you. At times, they seem to have no regard for their own safety and will openly attack you head on. This makes it easy to eliminate them, but prohibits your creativity. Stealth combat feels great though. Lara will instinctively use bushes and obstacles for cover. Using Lara's instincts, you can see which enemies can be seen by others. If a foe is yellow, no one can see him and you can dispose of him without alerting anyone. The skills you will have unlocked can be utilised here too. Line up 2 headshots with your bow and watch as Lara takes them both down simultaneously. Lara is a force to be reckoned with, and you can't help but smile when you hear an army coordinate their attacks to take down one person. There is a wide range of customization available here, be it weapons, abilities or outfits, and each are useful in their own way. You'll discover weapon parts during your travels, and once you have enough pieces, you can craft a new firearm. You can then upgrade this weapon with attachments that will improve the stats. Special attachments such as silencers and grenade barrels can be added by spending hard to find Byzantium coins. As you traverse Siberia, you'll be granted experience points which unlock abilities. These can then be invested into specific categories. You can spend the points in brawler skills and you'll be able to counterattack enemies and instantly kill them. Want to hunt wildlife? Spend your points on survival skills so you can locate wild animals. As you accumulate skills, you'll level up and this unlocks new tiers in each group. To unlock them all will take a long time, so choose your abilities wisely. A great feature of Tomb Raider was the ability to revisit past locations with new tools to reach inaccessible areas. This idea returns and you are granted new gadgets to achieve this. You do not start with all the apparatus from the original, but you quickly acquire them and many more. A grappling hook will enable you to reach high ledges and swing between large gaps. You'll also be able to fire arrows into wooden walls and use them as steps to reach high areas. These items give you more maneuverability than seen in the previous game. Rise of the Tomb Raider does everything that a sequel should. Crystal Dynamics has taken what makes the last entry great, polished it and expanded upon it. The world is bigger, the story is more ambitious, and there is a huge amount of content here. The combat does need improving, but everything else feels enjoyable and delightful. Once the story is complete, you have the option to replay levels with added stipulations, which alters the gameplay. There are online leaderboards, and you can even create small, mission-based levels for others to play. Lara Croft is back, and she'll be around for a while. I cannot wait to embark on her next adventure. I give Rise of the Tomb Raider 9 out of 10.